going on, guys? Welcome back to another Random Robert rendition as we tackle our third installment of this series, which is the equipment list and all the knickknacks and the prices and the places that I went to go get these things. So that is what this is going to be, with the actual, including from the stand to the light, so everything in between. And yep, at the end I'm going to actually have a list of all of the places that I went on an Excel screenshot, so that you can have an idea of how much it's going to cost you to get into this hobby if you go ahead and, you know, do everything brand new like I did. So here we go, let's do it. So this is all of the equipment besides the tank and the stand itself that I've purchased for this entire, you know, journey so far. So this is pretty much basically what you would need, in my opinion. So we'll start with the actual chemicals, because this is what I used first. So first of all, like every other I guess fish owner, most of them at least, have this master test kit. You don't really use the high range pH in my area, but you know, it's good to have them all. You got the ammonia, nitrites, nitrates, and then your pH high and low. You don't have your general hardness or carbonate hardness, so I went ahead and bought this kit. You don't need this. I was using these at first. These test your pH, the hardness, and then your nitrites and nitrates, but these are not as accurate as this, but they're nice to have. Then I went ahead and got one bottle of Quick Start, one of these 4 ounce bottle. Treats up to 110 gallons. Then I got the AquaSafe Plus, because I've been using that since the beginning of time almost. I bought this acid and Discus buffer, but I'm not even using them. I'll share on that in a minute. Then I bought this API stress coat. This and this kind of serve the same purpose, but this one has some aloe vera and some other things that this doesn't. So I went ahead and bought that anyway. This stress time, I bought this for my girlfriend. I may use some in my aquarium just to see how it clears up the water. It's kind of foggy right now. Then I bought this leaf zone from API because I'm going to have a planted aquarium. So I heard this stuff is good to treat the water with. So it's going to be a low-tech aquarium with some, maybe some Java fern, some Anubias, maybe some jungle val, and some crypts maybe. I don't know, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, the reason I'm not using these two is because my water, like I previously mentioned, I have about 7.5 pH, and so this, they say it's better to have a steady pH as opposed to one that fluctuates. So I'm going for a more stable pH, in that nowadays we have a more domesticated fish. So the Discus, instead of wanting a very, very acidic water, just acidic water in general, between 5.8 to 6.8, I guess that's the ideal pH, but mine's around 7.5, and I asked a lot around on forums, and I searched in and out, researched a lot. So this video is a product of a lot of research. So I'm not steering you wrong, but word on the street is it's better to have a stable pH than a low one that fluctuates. So I'm gonna go ahead and just roll with a 7.4, 7.5, and yeah, we'll go from there. But anyway, that should get me by with the fish, minus those things. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna use. Boom and boom, most likely, and then the leaf zone. So maybe I'll probably just use AquaSafe, the stress time, and the leaf zone every time I treat it. So anyway, this is my food, Omega 1. I like their products. I used to use them whenever I had African cichlids. So I went ahead and got mini pellets for little tetras and all that, which you probably don't need, but I wanted to buy it anyway. Then you got your regular Discus pellets, and I'm gonna obviously give them some, beef heart, bloodworms, shrimp, all the goods. So then I used to use this one also, so I also bought this one for fun. Then I also got my net. You need your net. algae scraper, extra long. So this thing is perfect for my 90-gallon aquarium sitting on 40 inches. So that is awesome. Then I've got this, the 250 watt Eheim heater. It actually does the job very well. I have my tank at about 84, 85, so it sits at that steady. It doesn't turn on all the time, so it keeps the water running good. Obviously you have to flow over the heater in order for it to be more efficient, so I kind of have it in a, they say, in a brisk area of the aquarium. So I also got an air pump. This one is for a 60-gallon aquarium, but it does the job in a 90-gallon aquarium. So that I actually have 2 bubble balls, one on each corner. I'll show you in a second, that circulate the water very well, along with this high door 425 gallons per hour pump. Kind of small, should not have got this one. I should have went ahead and got the like 525 or even the 700, but I went with that one. Big mistake. It's a lot smaller than the box kind of portrays, but or it kind of deceives you. The pump is a lot smaller than you think. This box is a little bit deceiving. So anyway, I got it, I pulled it, put it in the aquarium, and it's mine. So, and I got the Finnex 24/7 Planet Plus. So this is a pretty cool little light. It's, you know, on a self timer, so it mimics all the parts of the day. And you know, you can take a look at that if you want, but these are the specs, and it had a lot of good reviews. I paid 130 bucks for this thing. It comes with a remote, and I'll do a little demonstration before this video's over, as I need to tell you about the other 2 products that I got, which is the tank and the actual stand. And then I got the Eheim Classic 600. That I got for a steal. You know, got it like 160 at my local fish store. So that is the bare essential list of things that you would need, in my opinion, to start an aquarium. Minus this, I mean, I have the siphon and a couple of other things that aren't included in here for that I use for cleaning, but that's pretty much the majority and the gist of what you'd need. So now we're gonna go check out the aquarium real quick. Alright guys, so this is going to be a demonstration of the Finnex 48-inch 24/7 Planet Plus. Okay, so it's a 7500K light. I'm assuming, I think that's the right deal. It's not 6500, so I think it's 7500 if I recollect correctly. So this right here is one of my memory settings. There's 4. I'll put a picture of the remote right now. Okay, so with this remote right here, I'm gonna do all the features below this 24:7. Okay, everything below that. I'm not gonna demonstrate the 24/7 features just yet. So what I'm gonna do is, this is gonna be moonlight. Okay, so that's actually, the video is not gonna pick up too great. I don't think the contrast of the light, but we'll see. This is a thunderstorm. And it'll just carry on that, you know, sequence. So I guess that's the algorithm or the pattern, whatever it's called correctly. So that's a thunderstorm. Then the next is going to be just a sunny day. That's just a regular normal day. And this is moonlight. So, you know, it gets a little moonlighty. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all the left column, white, red, green, blue. So these are the color spectrums that it has. So you got the white, you got the red, you got the green, and you got the blue. And what's neat about this is, so on this remote, the next 2 columns to the right are going to be arrows. They're all, you know, the first column is, or the second column on the remote below that 24:7 has all the arrows going up, and then the one immediately to the right of it have all the arrows going down. So this this intensifies these certain color spectrums whenever you have others present. So for instance, let me see, we're in green right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the red arrow up, and I put some red in there. You can't really tell, but I'm going to go all the way up on it. Red, red. Now it looks more purple. You can't really pick that up on the colors, but it actually makes a very big difference. So you can go up to a certain degree. It looks purple now. It's almost purple. No, it is lavender purple. So you can't really tell, but yeah, you can't really pick it up. It just looks blue. So what about this green? So we're gonna go all green, and we're gonna go ahead and put some white in there. You'll see it gets light, obviously. So you can add white to any color to make it a lighter green, white. I mean a green, red, or blue. So you want the blue. I want to lighten it up a little bit. So there you go, there you go, and eventually it becomes almost white. And this is completely white. So anyway, it's a pretty fancy little gadget. And then also, so the last column to the right, let me finish just explaining this lower half of the remote. So the one all the way to the right is you have M1, 2, 3, and 4. So these are memory settings that you can set. I haven't exactly mastered this, but what I have so far, look, I have M1, which is nothing, M2, M3, M4. So what happens is, so let me go with red, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add some green to it. I just pushed the red color spectrum, added some green. Let me add a blue. That looks nice. I'm gonna set that as M1. I just assigned that to M1. So now let me go to my M3. Let me see my M1 now. So my M1 is what it was. So now I'm gonna go to let me make another one green. And then let me add a little blue to that. There we go. That looks pretty sweet. So then I'm gonna make that my memory 2 slot. So now I got memory 1, memory 2, memory 3, and memory 4. Okay, so that's a pretty sweet little deal. I like this. I like the settings, and I like the remote on this. It's a very nice light as far as, you know, the features that it has, and it also looks nice. It actually has a lot of light. This is a 90-gallon aquarium, so it lights it up pretty well. And so now for the 24/7 feature. So I can demo it. Let me demo it. This is just the demo button. So I'm assuming that's starting maybe around 9 a.m. maybe, or maybe that's the evening. I'm not sure. But right now, at this moment in time, it is 7:20 in Houston, Texas right now. So this is just the demo. It's going through the days. This is obviously, maybe it just started really early. Maybe that first one was 6 a.m. and then it starts. This is noon time. Then it gets to 3. What are you doing? So this is the, you know, midday. What are you doing? Alrighty, and then it's starting to get a little dark. So maybe getting 5, 6 o'clock. Alright, still going down, still getting a little darker. Let me turn this light off. Still getting darker, so this is probably maybe 9 or maybe 7, 8, 9. So now I see it's getting a little more blue moonlight color. And then it's probably around 7 right there. It's nighttime. It's a very nice light. It's so cool. The transitions are very subtle. It's amazing. Technology is, the things we can do now that the the aquarium hobbyists could not do before. It's phenomenal. We are truly blessed and cursed at the same time because we get spoiled and we don't appreciate things as much. But man, anyway, you get the point. This is a very, very nice light. It provides so much light. I'm gonna actually put some plants in here, looking for some Amazon swords maybe. Definitely gonna go with some Nubius. Not exactly sure the specific Nubius, you know, species, but definitely gonna get into those because those are, you know, low tech aquarium plants. So just gonna have a couple of them. That's it. Nothing fancy. And that's all of it. So if I were to want to say, all right, we're gonna go to, let's see, we're gonna go to the 24/7 mode, whoop, and you go ahead and push the button of this, you know, on the remote. So the remote above that 24:7, you have all the times of the day. Well, you know, the different, I guess, increments of the day. So every 3 hours, it is, you know, close to 6 p.m. right now. So let me go ahead and put 6 p.m. Boom. That's what 6 p.m. looks like. And if I were to want to go, what if it was 12 a.m.? Oh, well, there you go. It's dark. But right now, let's say it's noon. Oh, super bright. So this is a very, very nice aquarium light, and it's razor thin. Anyway, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to push max. So on the top right of the remote, boom. Where's the max? Here we go. Nope. Okay, let me exit the 24/7 mode. I had to push the 24/7 mode again, so I'm assuming, so right there, I'm out of 24/7 mode. I could just push red. I could push, you know, memory. Oh man, you know what? I think that's a bummer. I need to figure out how to do that to where you don't override the previous memory for some reason. But anyway, that's another thing. That's why I said I'm not exactly a total professional on this, but hey, I'm doing what I can with this. This is a pretty decent review in my opinion. Better than all the ones that I've seen before, as far as, you know, going in depth as to all the features of this thing. Besides the Finnex people, which are, you know, pretty corny. Anyway, so this is going to be the max button right there. So that turns all the LED lights on. And then this is just white. It's just slightly lighter whenever you put max, but not too much. It's definitely wider right there, which is max, but I don't know, I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's actually better for the camera right now. So anyway, that's the demonstration that I have for you with the Finnex. This is the little sensor. You would actually stick it somewhere. I just haven't made the time to do it. I should probably put it somewhere up here so you could actually hit it from, you know, the couch or something. But the only thing that I do not like about this is the fact that this thing is so short. Man, the plug is right on the other side of this thing. So they only give you like a foot to the plug. So you're having to put an actual extension cord or something to this. But thank goodness I have a table here. Otherwise it'd be hanging off. Because if you look on the inside, see it, but I have this guy. I have this surge protector, and this is the cord to that. So it's just sitting right out here. But anyway, that's the only problem that I see with this. Maybe it has to do with the resistance load on this little wire, because this cable is very short. So maybe they're assuming you're gonna put something a little better to deal with the resistance. Who knows? But anyway, this, you know, is just my filter and this stuff, you know, just one of their aquarium necessities. This is gonna go into a plasticware. I need to go get a Rubbermaid plastic container so that I can sit this in there, because you never know when these seals are gonna start leaking or something. It's just, you know, everything has faults and nothing's 100%. So just to be careful and be wary. If you don't have your canisters and, you know, Rubbermaids or something, I think that's something to consider. But, you know, that's just my 2 cents. Which is why I went completely new on this setup, and that is why the price tag at the bottom of that Excel sheet is so dang large, because I know where the hell everything has been. Alright guys, so I hope that gives you a general idea of what you're going to need to get this whole thing started, especially if you go the route I did, which was everything new. But anyway, thanks for joining me on this third installment of the series. Next we're going to talk about, and we're going to go into the actual preparation of the decor. I have a couple pieces of wood, and I obviously have the sand. So those weren't included in this video, but the prices were. And you'll see in the next installment of the series that I'm going to describe all the details about them, and yeah, and discuss how I prepared them, as in washing them, getting the wood clean with removing the tannins from it and all that. So I'm going to be using that Brute trash can that I have in the Excel list and all that stuff. So anyway, that completes this installment of the series, so I'll see y'all on the next one. Later guys. Peace.
Crash through the mountain top. You're the fire inside, light in the night sky.